A new Department of Energy study on employment in the U.S. energy sector shows that America's ethanol industry employs a significantly larger share of military veterans than any other segment of the energy industry. Joining me now by telephone for a further look at Renewable Fuels Association and that great story, Senior Vice President Geoff Cooper. Geoff, thanks for joining us today.
Well, thanks for having me, Mark.
Talk about, on a broad brush here, kind of how the ethanol industry employs, how many do they employ that are military veterans?
Sure. Well, this new Department of Energy study, as you said, looked at across the entire energy industry and looked at all the subsectors within the energy industry, gas and oil and coal and nuclear, as well as ethanol and other biofuels. And what they found is that the corn ethanol industry employs about 19% of our workforce is veterans. So nearly 1 in 5 workers in this industry is a veteran. That's almost 3 times the national rate of veterans in the workforce and about double the rate of the oil and gas industry. So we knew there were a lot of veterans working in our industry out there, but this DOE study really underscored that point.
Is there any reason you can point to that you've attracted our military veteran men and women?
Well, I think there's a couple reasons, and I'm a veteran myself, so I think it's a natural fit for a lot of veterans to work in the ethanol industry. There's a sense that what we do in the renewable fuels industry really helps advance our nation's energy security. It decreases our dependence on oil imports from the Middle East and other parts of the world that don't necessarily share our values. And so I think that's there's a sense of pride in that for a lot of veterans working in the industry, and kind of we're naturally attracted to work in an industry that continues to strengthen our economy and our security.
First of all, thank you for your service to our country, Geoff. And closing out here, we understand that about 120 military veterans recently wrote a letter to the president asking him to include ethanol and the RFS in the overall energy plan. Can you speak to that letter?
Yeah, I sure can. A couple weeks ago, there's about 120 veterans working in the ethanol industry. Again, these are people that work at ethanol plants every day. Sent a letter to the president just reminding him that just how important this industry is to our nation's energy security, and encouraging him to include a prominent role for ethanol and the renewable fuel standard in his energy plans moving forward.
Well, certainly thanks for your time today, Geoff Cooper, again, from our nation's capital. Again, thank you for your service, and what a great story here, men and women of the military in the ethanol industry.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Geoff Cooper from Renewable Fuels Association. Tim Ross here. We'll take a look at that East Coast. Some weather changing there, as it always does, and around the country as well. Rural America Forecast is coming up.